Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my podcast, Spreaker Studio Podcast on Spiritual Sense. I also have the YouTube channel on Spiritual Sense as well. And today is October the 30th. It's a Saturday. I decided that, okay, I'm going to speak on a topic that I have mentioned in a couple of the podcasts. Um, a term that I coined called the Jesus agenda. Um, so those who are there, I only got a couple of subscribers, but that is totally fine because I don't want this to interfere with my professionalism. Um, I wanted to also state my disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes. If just so happens that this coincides with what you believe or not believe, hey, I'm just doing a personal journaling on Spreaker as well as YouTube. The channel is optional. I'm not here to offend nobody. I'm not here to get in no debate with anybody in regards to the things that I believe or what the next person believes. Okay, so we can agree to disagree, and then we can move forward. Okay, so in mention in reference to the Jesus agenda. These are some things that along my spiritual journey and my spiritual path has been revealed to me and what my eyes see, what I have experienced. So in reference to, we all know, I think most people worldwide know Jesus. Christianity and the reference of a Jesus and him being the begotten son of the Almighty Father, God. Um, but what I mean by the Jesus agenda is this. I believe God works through us all, whether that be favorably or unfavorably. Um, so in my analysis, my opinion in regards to that whole storyline, I believe that he can fall down upon us as an angel or as a demon. And if you think on a higher, bigger scale of things, that's where science will come into place. When what is told spiritually doesn't necessarily meet. So I'll give you a synopsis of what I'm talking about. I mentioned in a podcast, episodes ago, that I woke up out of my spirit, kept hearing two-headed snake, two-headed snake, two-headed snake. What that means to me is this. Everything is not to be taken as face value. That means that, you do have spirituality, you do have the spirit that works through us all. And once you begin to open up your insight and your third eye, this is God letting you know when something is going on, presenting itself, I should say, mentally and or physically in this individual. So it's all based on what's within you. If you give power to it and accept it, it will become your reality, is the point. So in the case of me mentioning about the Jesus agenda, it was told that he walked on water. He performed miracles. He taught principalities and he spoke in parables and things of that nature. And so my synopsis of that, or my analogy of that, is this. That's God letting you know that is the test. That is the test in regards to some of the things and the applications and the principles that have been placed within the whole biblical format. Meaning, um, there's no such thing as perfect. And I will use whom I will to get a message across. Because a person could be all right and operating under an influence of a demonic spirit. This is what it appears to be. If you give power to it, it will become your reality. So this is where science come into focus in regards to spirit and spirituality. If this is what you believe, and this is where you have given power to it to, then this is what your reality will be. So this is how come I said one would kind of is like oppositions, opposing forces, angels versus demons, one and the same. It's all in the mind, meaning what he puts in your mind. You have already been provided the tools to what? Be able to what? Critical think by way of the spirit as to what you're going to allow to be your reality. If you allow that to be your reality, then that's what it's going to be. Suffering. If you believe that you should suffer, why do you believe these things? That is what was written. Do you know the mindset of the person that wrote these things? Every verse is not applicable to every situation. Every author of these verses are not applicable to every person. But if that becomes your reality, then that is what it is. Simple as that. So, in reference to suffrage, I feel like I mentioned about mockery. What I mean when I say mockery is this. It's not exactly what it seems. It's an illusion. It's the point. If you allow that illusion to become your reality, then that's what it would be. So, in reference to, you would know based on the spirit in you and what you're capable of receiving and being receptive to if you're operating out of the spirit of a good cause versus a bad cause. So if you begin to feel as though that you need to suffer, there's something around that situation that you need to analyze to see what exactly this is. Because they mentioned about he walked on water. And my take is it, well, did he get in the water? And I'm not trying to be well, I am being facetious to put everything into perspective. I do believe that was in reference to cleanliness. Cleanliness, getting yourself right. I feel like he was used as a reference to that time, to this time and space as well. You will begin to see God or Jesus in your everyday walks of life people. It's nothing that you have to even say. You would know when a person is going to be an example. Plain and simple. You will know when he's going to use a person as an example to spread a message. That's what that whole Jesus agenda and Jesus concept and God complex is all about. That is what that is all about. Um, People that feel guilt and shame. If you begin to study the things that are occurring around them, their mindsets, you will begin to see that something is not right or kosher with this person. Perhaps this person is nutritionally deficient, chemical imbalanced, in unsanitary conditions. Something around that situation is not going to be right. Plain and simple. You will be able to see God within people. You would know when a situation presents itself, when there's something that needs to be changed. So this is what this Jesus agenda that I coined is all about. You will be used as an example and put on display in reference to a given situation. Things that you thought you knew, you would not be able to understand it. It will become into focus when you get that epiphany, that aha moment, that, oh, now I get what they was talking about. Because I honestly thought it was this, and this. But now my eyes have seen that this is exactly what it is. Whatever you give power to will reign in your life. It will become apparent. It will be the driving force in your life. Plain and simple. So that's what I mean when I say the Jesus agenda, or the Jesus concept, or the God complex, if you may, in reference to having the background in healthcare or science. He will use whom he will, who he may, to get a message out. This life experience is such as that. So when you begin to do a self-analysis of self, you got to first deal with the spirit. Because if something is going on internally with the spirit, it will manifest out in the mental as well as the physical. So a lot of times when we have, people that are dealing with hallucinations and things like that, and you will see things in the spiritual sense as well in the physical sense, that is hallucination. Plain and simple. A person can be inhabited by demons. A lot of people will be tuned off that they wouldn't even pay them no attention. This is hallucination in the physical sense. Actual tangible people that you can touch can be demonically led to where people don't even pay them any attention. People will be tuned off from them. They will be aware that they are there, but they will be tuned out. As I mentioned before, and I know people make, ain't nothing crazy about me. Once you begin to see things on a higher scale of things, you will understand. Aliens are real. He would defy the laws of nature. He would defy the laws of physics. Oh, well, that just means that you just haven't been exposed to it, and that could very well be true. But he'll turn it on and flip it around and fool everybody. So I did a tarot card reading, a couple of tarot cards back, and I said I pulled a full card. Um, all of us can be fooled. Even the most highest theologist, the most advanced and literal high society um scholar can be fooled and can be a student and can learn. something that they thought they knew, they scratched their head like, oh my gosh, I had no inclination. These are the unleashing and unveiling, and this goes to show you that you will be shielded and sealed from certain things. In your due time, will you be able to understand it? It will begin to come to focus for you. Now, I don't want to make this biblical because the spiritual sense, I talk on a lot of different topics. I incorporate, the tarot card reading into it and everything. And, I've said it time and time again. Many people frown upon tarot card reading. I don't think tarot card reading is no different than smoking cigarettes or being an alcoholic or, a lot of things that we shouldn't do, quote unquote, do. It's all in what you make it. If evil it shall be, then evil it will be. So that's my whole synopsis and my take on what I mentioned about the Jesus agenda. Um, we often want to paint a picture of something to be more well off than what it is, make more of the things than what it is. These people dealt with the same things back then as we do now. Believe it or not. They did the same things that you see that we do now. This is a reenactment. That's where deja vu comes from. Is when that realm comes into this dimension. And you will know when their transitioning is about to occur. You will know when it's nothing that you can explain. These same spirits from time ago presents now. And I think a lot of that is when you have, when they say family heredity or something in their background and what have you, this is how it presents. Because those spirits will speak and channel through you. The spirits from the past. Some people don't even have to do a DNA test before, whether to know if you have this in your family versus that. Because those spirits begin to speak and channel through you. Oh, don't worry about that. That just such and such just showed back up. Yeah. Oh, give it time. Big Mama be back. You don't understand that until you get to a certain period in time. Will you be able to grasp and understand that? So I'm going to close out. I'm going to do another podcast episode where I'm going to do a tarot card reading because I do feel as though I have a message to get out and to convey is what I want to say because I'm not going anywhere physically. But I do have a message that I need to convey today. So stay tuned for that.